The American Union is calling for a general strike against the duopoly in 34 days. Now today is September 11th, and like most Americans, I remember where I was in 2001. And then 3 days later, Congress passed an authorization for the use of military force, or AUMF. It's 60 words long, and it says the President was authorized to use force against those nations, organizations, or persons who planned, authorized, committed, or aided the September 11th attacks. We've done that. Osama bin Laden has been dead for more than a decade. Al-Qaeda has been defeated, and yet those 60 words are still being used to justify military force across the Middle East. According to the Friends Committee on National Legislation, it's often called the blank check for America's endless wars. Congress has a constitutional duty to decide what ongoing hostilities, if any, America should be involved in, and they are failing in their duty. It's time to expect better. The demands of the American Union are written down in the Blueprint for a Better America, our crowdsourced legislative package to end poverty, end mass incarceration, and end the endless wars. And as part of ending the endless wars, the 2001 authorization for military force would sunset on June 30th, 2023, and 2 other authorizations for the Iraq wars would be repealed on passage. If Congress wants to pass a new authorization, they can do that. Both the 117th and the 118th Congress will have the chance. But if not, after 20 years, it's time to bring our troops home and end the endless wars. There's another artifact from September 11th that's still kicking around. It is the military prison at Guantanamo Bay. And more than 2 decades later, there are still dozens and dozens of men who are being held there, most of whom have never been charged with anything. Indefinite detention is not justice, and this has stained our moral reputation on the world stage. President Biden wants to close Guantanamo Bay, and the blueprint would direct him to do so in 2023. For the handful of men who have been charged or convicted, they would be transferred to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, and held there. Everyone else would be either released or transferred to another country. It's time to move forward from the September 11th attacks and end the endless wars. Join the American Union, join the general strike on October 15th, and together we can build a better America.